protests in Athens, Greece Wednesday, involving tens of thousands of people.
To lead the country through this economic crisis, which is certainly bringing Italy to the edge, and there's also been a lot of...
It's all change for Europe as technocrat governments take over in Greece and Italy. In Rome, the former EU Commissioner Mario Monti starts talks to form a new cabinet to tackle the country's huge debt.
I think the euro has failed. I think it's very clear that the euro has failed and that there are deep problems of economy in Europe very clearly. But there are also problems of polity now. There are problems of national sovereignty. National sovereignty is transgressed across the periphery. Problems of democracy. What's happening now across the periphery of Europe is a groundswell of anger.
Well, the demonstration is starting now. These people are on the move. They're very angry at the austerity measures that George Papandreou is trying to force through. What these people are saying is that the medicine to try and save Greece from bankruptcy is just too harsh.
If you don't give money to the people to keep the economy going, the economy will die. So it's not working. There is no use. We need different ways of facing the crisis.
Well, here we are, on the edge of a financial and social disaster. And in the room today we have the four men who were supposed to be responsible. And yet we've listened to the dullest, most technocratic speeches I've ever heard. You are all in denial. And who is actually responsible? Who's in charge out of you lot? Well, of course, the answer is none of you, because none of you have been elected. None of you actually have any democratic legitimacy for the roles that you currently hold within this crisis. We know who the villains are. You should all be held accountable for what you've done. You should all be fired.
I think democracy in Europe has come to a very sad pass right now. I think the democratic will of people is perfectly capable of solving a crisis, but it should be given a chance to be heard. Let's see why democratic leaders have failed. They've failed because they have not been listening to their own people. They've been listening to the dictates of the markets, the bond markets and various other financial institutions, and they've been taking measures which are against their own people and manifestly against the interests of the economy itself. They've been adopting austerity measures which have made the crisis much, much worse. And often these measures have been dictated by the IMF and various other multilateral organizations which appeared as the know-all technocrats, the people who had the wisdom, and actually created a terrible mess in